So here we are in the cave of contraptions. Hang on a minute, what is going on with my hand? Oh, I've gone cute! Oh no! Oh, actually, hang on, this is kind of a good look for me. Although I have just realised that I didn't edit the hand out. Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server with me, Zedaph, back in pixel form. It's true, a Zed plush now exists, and there's probably about 20 links below this video for you to go and get your hands on one or two or 58 of them if you like, in exactly those quantities. But you've got to be quick because they are only available for a very limited time. I can personally guarantee that they will lower the intelligence levels of any room that you put them in. And I know a bunch of the other hermits have a plush too, so why not complete the set with a little Zed? Big thank you to the Makeshift team for making this all possible. It's very cool. Now we got to take a little look outside the front of the base. So you remember last episode we made an unstealable front door, right? Right. Yes, there has been a theft, or let's not even call it a theft. Maybe it was just borrowed. But luckily, it's made of very cheap materials. Can I even do this while the whole thing's in motion? So I think we do our eyes like this. Yep, very good. We get some of these. Look how cheap this is. In fact, actually, this stuff, this andesite, isn't that cheap. I've really run out. I've really run so low on it. I think a lot of people on the server are building with it too. Is that how big my mouth is? What? I've got not one eye. There you go. That's better. I need that little bridge of my nose. And then is it andesite in here as well? A little bit set back. Excellent. Let's give it a try. Beautiful. It works flawlessly. There we go. It's nice and cheap materials that we can just chuck straight back on there. And you know what? Working on this door, again, taking a little look at it, I think we can actually improve this. The buttons out here are purely so that mobs cannot open it. Otherwise, we would have a pressure plate right outside this front door, like we've got on the inside. But no. Mobs can stand on pressure plates. They cannot push buttons yet. Don't want to give them that idea, but if they ever could, this would be very bad. And I just kind of think they're ugly. I have to make two of them because we did the dreaded even number. Because yes, my face isn't odd. That's literally a fact. So if we were to get rid of these, I was thinking, what other way could we use to open the door? I was thinking maybe some kind of code, like we'd need to stand on the left side, and then we'd need to go and stand on the right side, and then maybe the right side again or something, and we could just plug it in. But it's quite time-consuming. I think it's not really to keep the players out. I want people to come into my base. I just don't want the mobs. So I was wondering maybe we could do something about getting up and into the mouth like this, because players can do it. Everyone's got an elytra on, but mobs can't. I mean, spiders can, kinda, but I don't think they're going to be choosing to climb up here in my mouth. So then I was thinking over here in the side of my mouth, we've not got too much going on. We've got one of the pistons happening. We've got the redstone all down here, but if we replace this with stair blocks, like so, and then we get on out of here, I have to replace the lower jaw back again. Now look, we've got a nice little pokey hole where we can push a button maybe back there, or maybe not even a button, maybe something a bit bigger. My inner cheekies deserve the very best note block, and that is a full block that you can right-click anywhere to kind of change the tune of it, right? If we press F3, you'll see that the note number over on the right-hand side is going up. It changes. We don't make a note because there's a solid block on top, so it makes no noise or anything, but we can still detect it with an observer. If I flick this now, you can see the little bum down there, the little red dot is flicking every time we right-click it. So perfect replacement for a button. All we need to do is put a solid block there so that gets caught on this line, which we're just going to plug straight in to the same line that the buttons were on. Buttons were straight above here. We can even leave this redstone if we ever do want to put the buttons back down. Maybe we have both. How do I leave? So then all we do is hop right in the mouth, right-click, and the door opens with just a slight little bit of pain. But you're getting eaten, right? So it kind of works. The pressure plates just to get out as per usual, nice and clean. Not to mention, it looks hilarious from the outside too. Kablamo! Kabloomo! Kablemo! Oh no! Apologies for the rather explosive transition there, but I needed to get rid of a whole bunch of netherrack. You might not even notice, but there was a massive cliff that literally went all the way up to here, and it is now gone because we need to move the golf portal to just over here. This is going to be the new place. If I can just plop it down real quick. Hopefully it all lines up. It should be in exactly the same position as the one below, but the previous one was kind of like buried down in a little cave. So if we take this through, hopefully this should just link straight up, and then we can come straight back again. We do need to decorate it a little bit as well. Excellent, it works. There's some new stuff here that we're going to check out in just a moment. Very proud of that. Going back through, right, we go to my lower one. So I'm sorry, Zed's Golf Course, this is my own private little portal. That needs to go, which will hopefully now link up to the more visible one, the more public portal for everybody to use up here. And I got some green, I got some other green and some flags, and we're going to try and decorate this up just a little bit. We've not got any. Oh, that's my previous portal. Okay, I wondered what on earth that was. If we decorate this up with a little bit of green, we've not got fire burn on the server, so we haven't got to worry about our grass burning, but we can just do a little bit of decoration just so that we can kind of point people in the right direction. I'm a little bit annoyed that this is the kind of middle hub portal, so to speak. It's just around this corner, just a little bit, so we might shave off a little bit more of this mountain just so that it's more visible for people. I want people to be able to accidentally stumble into the golf and not struggle to find it at all. So a little bit more green around the edge, or rough, should I say, is technically what we're placing here. Flag and flag. And hole in one, so to speak. Yeah, so over at the golf course, I am planning on doing a big old championship tournament thing with all the hermits, and I really want to do it soon. I've made sure this all looks nice and pretty over here, and then basically I realized that the guidebook I had isn't the most clearest thing. People start their first game of golf, and they don't really know what to expect. So we have now built an entire driving range. You might not have seen any of this. I started work on a live stream, and I have since finished it off. It's a pretty cool little place. I thought that was totally an endermite then. It scared the utter poop out of me. No, this is a golf ball. We have a brand new redstone contraption over here that I have built to help us, and honestly, I love this thing so much. I wish the entire rest of the golf used this technology now, but if we grab some clubs, where did I put the clubs? Just over here, we got a whole barrel of clubs for people to use. We can just whack it around. There's 3 little holes, 3 little test holes. This is the driving range. Like I say, people can just play around, see if I can get it in this one. Ooh, I'm not sure if that's going to be too far. I'm terrible at my own game. It's proof. Oh no, really? Come on. Excellent, like that. And all 3 holes link up underground, and they go back into this thing, the vending machine, which is very, very cool. Very nice and easy. Basically, if we want a red ball, we press a red ball, and that will come out of the hole and go onto our nice little starting tee, like so, which we can change if we want to have a different starting point, and then we can just go and whack it. Oh no, I wasn't even actually aiming properly. Oh my goodness me, I need to spend some more time here. But you will see eventually the balls, they do take a little bit of time. Going through the water things take a little bit of time. There you go, look, so that went in there, and now that slot is now full, so that other ball that we just putted will come and fall down there. But we got 8 balls going on. It's pretty good. And this thing takes some very wacky redstone. I'm not even sure if we can get in there easily to see exactly what it's like. You can kind of see the golf balls come up. They drop down, straight down here onto all of these trapdoors. Now, when there's a gap open, these trapdoors open up, and we do that with a little T flip-flop cauldron thing over here. Basically, the balls fall on top of each of these string, and the string will activate the observer. We don't need a tripwire hook or any of that stuff. One string basically acts like a pressure plate, so to speak, but it floats. That will trigger this, which triggers this, which makes this go up, which gets it out of the view, blah, 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 which makes this go open. So if we drop this blue one down, which I can do by grabbing a little button and shoving one on here. There's actually a button on the front of this block to just open this trapdoor. So if we open it from here, we'll see the blue one drops down, gets fired that way. The string updated, which now pulls this cauldron down, which is now, look, opened up this trapdoor. So now there is room for another one. If I can even get up there and see. Okay, can I break this safely? Kinda. You'll see that now the trapdoor is open and ready to catch the next ball. Very, very cool stuff. Much, much better than the system I had before in the entire rest of the golf course. Let's get rid of that button. Along the side here as well, we have a very, very cool board, which shows you exactly, well, not exactly, but nearly exactly how far each of the different clubs hit. So hopefully we can kind of work it out. We've got the 3 different types of club: knockback 1, knockback 2, and sprinting knockback 2. Remember, sprinting with a knockback 1 is exactly the same as not sprinting with a knockback 2. So we've got our 3 options there. And you can see there's 4 different options. You can hit from the rough and land on the rough, and those go these 3 distances. Then you got hit from the fairway, land on the rough. You got these 3, so on and so forth. Basically, the biggest hit you can do is hit from the fairway and land on the fairway, and then you will go about 16 blocks far. We've got little invisible armor stands up there so that we've got each of these labels on. These aren't actually in these item frames. It's a trick. Total trick there. It's floating on an armor stand. I just put them there to indicate the sprinting element of it. But it's quite a cool visualization of exactly how far each of them go. So hopefully people can learn that while playing over here, ready to play on the golf. Oh, also, I've been meaning to do this for a long, long time. Maps. We need to make maps of this place. Hang on, what is going on there? Have we got the worst possible luck? Literally, the map cuts it right in half. Okay, I forget how maps work. All right, that duplicates maps. Oh, we need more paper, don't we? I think if we expand this out, that's still going to be cut in half. So I think we just need to go for 4 different maps. Are we already over the edge? Oh my goodness, that is. So if we literally stand like here and make another map, it should give us the next one across. Let me hold both in my hands like that. Yeah, there we go. We can see the driving range on that one. And then we want to go all the way north and grab the other 2. I'm hoping it fits on 4 maps. But it's a shame because it probably would fit on 1 map if it was centered. But, you know, that would have taken a lot of forward thinking from my half to make sure this whole thing fit. Right, okay, so we're up to the next place. Let's cut another map. Boop. Literally, the mountain is slap bang in the middle of the entire 4 maps. That's a shame. Oh, well, this is still pretty cool, though. We get a nice little bit of area around the edge. What on earth is going on there with that red thing? So you can see we got hole 1 here, hole 2, 3, 4, all the way around the mountain. There's the last hole. There's the driving range. Oh, even better idea. Oh, there's already a banner at the end of every single one. If we name those banners, and I think right-click them on the map, we can kind of add labels to them too. Okay, right, we got to do that too. Boop, 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 beep, boop, I mean, boop, boop, boop. Beautiful. There they all are. We've got number 7, which is very much in a cave underground. It was kind of slap bang in the middle of all the maps, and it would not let me put a banner down. None of them said it belonged to it, so I've kind of just shifted it off to the side a bit and added these 2 little downwards arrows on it to indicate, you know, underground, we're underground. I'm also thinking of getting some sort of, like, text written up the top here as well, because, you know, we got pretty good pixel fidelity here. We can write something, you know, Zedaph's 9-hole golf course, whatever. Up the top, we could maybe add a nice frame to the whole thing, though that's going to be thousands of blocks. Maybe not. The map's good enough for the championship coming up. And that tournament will be played live. So if you want to catch it, follow me, twitch.tv/Zedaphplays. Me and a bunch of the other hermits, they've already expressed their interest in joining me. We'll be live playing a massive game, or 2 or 3, who knows, of the golf to see once and for all who wins golf. Back to the cave now, and you know what? I think it's about time we take a little look at this broken contraption, the wrong side of the bed. It hasn't been working for a long time now because of an update. It's not my fault. This was Mojang made it so that now when you get in a bed from this side, they put you out this side. And when you get in a bed from this side, they put you out this side, which completely ruins this entire design. So I've come up with a little bit of a new concept that I want to try out. So we'll work on it together. I've got to somehow try and collect all of this stuff without ruining the entire thing. Where is all this redstone? What have I done? That's right, everything is going. We pretty much need to start completely from scratch. Before we managed to get lucky and made it so we only had to move 1 singular block into the position to block the side of the bed that we didn't want. Now we've got to make it kind of like Grian's mansion bed, actually, the counterpole. We've got to make it so that all of the blocks all around the bed lift up, except for the one we want to go in. So let me dig out a little bit more here, and we can maybe talk about exactly how we're going to do that. So using our newly found, fairly compact way of triggering a whole bunch of pistons, we can pretty much do the same thing. If I can chuck some redstone dust under there, with some blocks down above. Now, either of these observers will trigger all of the redstone dust. I think we only really need 1, but we might as well use 2. So I can simulate getting into bed by just breaking the bed. So pretend we're going to lie down. You'll see that all of these blocks all around here go down, which is great. Now, the corner ones didn't, but we can fix that real easy. And then when we get out of bed again, it's as if we're placing the bed down. So the floor goes back to perfect. So we want to get all the corners down too, and we can do that very, very simply. We can literally hook up to that middle redstone dust here and here. Pistons are weird. They're kind of like see-through, sort of, so the pulse will go down through those. And then we just put some target blocks here, here, and here on all the corners, and that will select those as well. So if we go back up and get in the bed, even though we're breaking it, blah, you'll see all of them around the edge go down super quickly, super easily, and super nice, which means now it wouldn't want to place us anywhere. So all we have to do is whenever we get into bed... Oh, Ren slept. Ren can get into bed fine. All we need to do is make one of these 2 target blocks disappear, basically not be there, so that it can't pull the block down, which means the block would be left either there or over here, either one, meaning we get out on the wrong or the right side of the bed. And you know me, I'm a fair guy, right? So we're not going to trick this. We want a true 50-50 split, whether we get out on the wrong or right side of the bed. So we want to use dropper technology. These 2 are smooching their faces off. We cannot even see their faces because they're just so smooched up. And in one, we have a single 64 stackable item, such as redstone dust here. And here we have a 1 stackable item like a shovel. These will give off 2 different comparator signals. You can see, there you go. This one has the bigger item in because it reaches out 2. This one only reaches out 1. It doesn't matter that they connect because we're only looking at these 2 end little bits here. So if we then get repeaters on the end, you will see, excellent, this is the bigger one, this is the smaller one. But if we do a little bit of shuffle, if we trigger this one first and put both in here, now when we trigger this one back again, it will randomly choose one of those 2 things to put back. Now this time round, we still got this line being bigger, but if we do it again, and then back again, there we go, you'll see it switches round, and it is a true 50-50. No matter what people say, no matter how many times you get the same darn thing come through, it doesn't matter. And we basically put both of those, that one into that piston, and that one into what would be this piston if it was triggered, which means only one of these target blocks will be held up at any time. So if I boop-a-dee and boop-a-dee, like that, no change. Okay, so we got the same one again. It changed. They switched around. Excellent. And they will be pulled back down. So now you'll see this one is pulled down. That means the dust can't go into it anymore, which will mean this block won't get pulled down. It will stay up. So this side means we will end up on the bad side of the bed. We will wake up on this glass block. But if they switch around the other way, I'm not going to get lucky, am I? Oh, I'm never going to get lucky, am I? Please, just a little bit. Just maybe... I did it. There you go. First time. Now it's this way round. The one goes into there, which means it leaves... Wait. No, it leaves that... I'm so confused. It leaves that block. So this way, we will now wake up on the wrong side of the bed because this one will get pulled down. This is all so confusing. And the next little bit we've added here basically turns both of those buttons into a single button. So this one will go through here, trigger this dropper first, which will put both of them into this one. And then 3 ticks later, it just triggers this one as well. So you'll see, we press it, no change there. And it did change that time. This time it changed. But again, it doesn't really matter if it kind of hops back and forth like that. It's kind of fine, actually, totally, because we're only really needing it for when we actually leave the bed to go on the platform itself. So, yeah, that bit's nice and easy. The next issue we have is when we get into the bed and out of the bed, we basically get 2 readings, right? One when we get in, the observer's getting into the bed, and then one when we get back out again. And we only want that shuffle to happen, I'm going to say when we leave the bed. When we get out, it shuffles ready for the next time. So we're going to do it that way round. We're going to shuffle it at the end, ready for the next bed sleeping session, rather than doing it at the beginning. It just makes the redstone a lot more simple, and it basically means we can pull a line off of this one pulse through a monostable circuit straight into this to replace the button instead. So that means it'll only do it when something goes on and not when it goes off again. And we can use the same trick to just steal this redstone line down into a sticky piston. into a redstone block. Now, this means, in fact, I think I want the redstone block here. Whenever we are not in bed, this thing needs to have triggered the timing thing once, and then when we get back into bed, it will pull it back and hold it. So it will stay in this position most of the time, not really doing all that much. So I think we can go and test it now from above, and fingers crossed it should work. So we remove the bed. Excellent. Okay, so this glass one was the one that it was chose to be up, so we would end up on the bad side of the bed here. And then when we put it back, we should see, hopefully I can see down below, we should see the randomizer it triggered there, ready for another one. So what's it going to be? It was the same one, okay. And the randomizer triggered. Oh, it sounded like something changed. Yes, now it's this glass block, so now we wake up on the good side of the bed. So it's working right, everything's good. We just need to cover all of this up now and make it look a little bit good and bad in equal measure. And we go sploosh, and we go spleesh, and it is done. Exactly how we did it before. We're not going to change any decoration. I quite like the look of the room, but it should all be functional now. It is definitely nighttime. Can we confirm that with the big old clock? Yes, we can. There's the moon. Okay, fantastic. Sleepy time, sleepy time, sleepy time with my buckets. Where are we going to end up? Good day, bad day? I don't know day. It's gonna be a bad day. We can, of course, test it even more by just breaking the bed. That's what happens when we get in. You see all the blocks lowered down. We could have had them push up into view, but then when you're laying in the bed like this, you can kind of see like the blocks in your vision a little bit more, whereas when they get pulled down, it's not as obstructing. You can see we would have woken up on the good side of the bed this time. We break it again. It's still that side, okay. This 50-50 thing really does... I'm sure that it's not really truly 50-50, but it must be. I just can't for the life of me seem to get it to change to the other one whenever I want it to. Oh, but then as soon as I don't want it to, it changes. But there we have it, folks. That is going to be all for today's episode. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, the plush is available for sale for a limited time only. So if you want to get your hands on your own, the link is down there in the description underneath this very video. A massive thank you to my wonderful patrons, as always, whose names are all over the screen right now. These people have helped to support me, support the episode, and make this all happen. So thank you all very much. But until the next time, a bye.